Good morning, Nigeria, and welcome to the social media trends on the weekend. My name is Ina Peters. Glad to be back, bringing you all that trended this. Well, the biggest stories that trended this week on the social media scene and space from all over the world. Now, this week we did see a lot of interesting stories and some funny pictures, some funny videos, and some stories that got a lot of people talking. First things first, let's start with our first story between Senator Adeyeye and the Constitution. Now, during a Senate sitting, the senator did pick up the 1999 Constitution and was saying, you know, this Constitution is the reason for this and for that. But before I say what he did not say, let's check the video out.
This Constitution can never give us progress. This Constitution can never give us peace. This Constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This Constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This Constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those
During Senate sittings, we do see some of our senators, you know, very passionate about, you know, what they're trying to say, if they're raising a bill, if whatever the case is. Usually we see, you know, Senator Dino Melaye, you know, always with the hands. But this is the first for us, and a lot of Nigerians are actually supporting the senator and saying, oh, this is bravo, well done, you know, just speaking the truth. Finally, someone is saying the truth. I didn't say this. I saw it on the social media. So now I'll take the first comment. I am Atoko Sydney. This is the greatest senator in the history of Nigeria. May God grant you longevity and great health. Your courage and boldness will speak beyond any voice. God bless you, sir. And BeastBoy_authors also commented, someone is finally bold enough to say the truth. The Nigerian Constitution clearly favors a part of the country. We see these comments on Instagram. Moving on, African sweetheart weddings. The men in the background serve as an example of what's wrong with Nigeria. Now, if you check the video, you would see, you know, two other senators who were just sitting and I think listening. And then another senator walks by and, you know, everyone is saying hi and shaking hands while Senator Adeyeye is raising the Constitution and saying this Constitution is the reason for our problems and our struggles. Okay, moving on, Ijoma Daisy also commented under the post, imagine having 50 radical and progressive lawmakers like Senator Adeyeye with the smiley or emoji. Thankfully, the Senate has agreed to override the president's veto after he declined assent to the bill to alter the Constitution. Let's see how that will pan out. And Israel Ezaga, responding to Ijoma, now says someone that only spoke out after stealing his share is now radical. Okay, question for the gods. How did you know that? All right, moving on to our next story that got a lot of people talking. This one actually happened on Wednesday this week. Between Google, now the modern day Ifa. Now, this happened when the Oni of Ife made a statement. We got this one on Instablog. Let me read it out for you guys, his statement. So Instablog Ninja actually posted on their page, whenever you use Google, you're consulting Ifa. Now, Google originated from the Ifa, also known as the Oracle, the Oni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi has revealed. Nan reports that the traditional leader said on Wednesday that without Ifa, Google would not have been created. Ogunwusi said that Ifa as a form divination was all about sourcing for information and knowledge through traditional consultation. The traditional ruler said that Google could be regarded as a modern way of sourcing for past information and what was likely to happen in the future too. All right, guys, so it's a long post, but this story did not sit well with a lot of Nigerians. But you know, in as much as I'm bringing the stories, I have to tell you what everyone is saying. So I'm bringing you this part and bringing you that part. Now at I am _Olamma commented, I'm baffled when I see people berate technology to some religious thing. Derest Oba Enito Ejo. It's not Ifa that birthed Google. It's the hard work of smart minds, plus Google is and can never be likened to Ifa, with all due respect. When people say all due respect, I feel like they are coming for you, but it's all good. Moving on, Whisper to Raw also commented, people just like to twist people's words. That includes you at Instablog Ninja. You twist people's words so you can attract readers. That isn't fair. He clearly meant Google is the modern day Ifa. That's all. He's too educated to say Google is Ifa. Truth _in_ your _face_. Am I the only one who feels that he made some sense here? Isn't Google used for research and retrieval of information? Or are we just looking at it from a literal perspective, but not a metaphorical perspective? What is Ifa used for and what is Google used for? Can we consult Ifa on how to kill people? And can we also get info on how to kill people from Google? Are we just going to say he made no sense? Do we not have people unashamedly say that they live by the words of the Bible or Quran? Was Bible or Quran written before the advent of Google? So what is wrong in him saying that Ifa had long existed before Google? What were our ancestors using before Google and the advent Christianity and Islam? I have decided not to completely call his assertions off as rubbish. He knows what he's saying, and I have looked at it way beyond just technological and modern times. Moving on to more reactions on this news. Black Eye 17, dear Oni, whenever you use Google, you're not contacting Ifa. Google runs based on a set of algorithms, programming, languages, both artificial intelligence, AI, database, and servers. These are the components that make it possible for you to search and retrieve information correctly and chronologically. All right, and I think one more comment which I found really, really interesting. Now, Posh Chi 231 commented, I totally agree. Same way Instagram can be likened to your village people. They watch your every move. Some get very angry when they see you doing good and even try to attack your success, while others wish they were you. Science is the real witchcraft and technology is their mode of operation. And she's like, you know, I said it. All right, now, so funny reactions from Nigerians over there. Some people are saying, you know, it's not really what he's saying. Look further, go beyond what he's saying now and see the reasoning in what he's saying. And others are saying, please, no, let's not compare technology to spirituality and to, you know, religion and all of that. What do you guys think? Moving on, another police brutality case. Now, of course, we've seen the increase and the rise of, you know, Nigerians calling for a better police system, calling for the End SARS movement, and of course calling for the reform police movement. Now, this situation actually happened in Abuja. In some blog posted, driver slums while being manhandled by police and task force officers today at Zone 4 Abuja. Let's take a look at this video.
Jesus, this guy don't collapse, oh. Jesus. Yeah, they don't beat this man, oh.
All right, now, very sad to watch there, and this just happened here in the Federal Capital Territory. Now, of course, we've been seeing Nigerians come out and speaking about their opinions when it comes to the ongoing police brutality case. We've seen several cases during this week. I think we experienced about 4. We saw about 3. You know, during the course of the week. And if you remember, during the I can't say what it is, the challenge has been going on. We did see Rugged Man make his own spin on it. You know, everyone was calling out either a girl or a guy, but Rugged Man decided to do something different. And, you know, he addressed the whole police brutality incident and, you know, how there is definitely a need for reform in the police system. And now we see this. Now, let's get some reactions. Domingo _Loso, abeg, wetin person go do on top this police brutality? Because honestly, there are some areas in this Lagos I avoid because of unnecessary issue and drama. You go there your own. Naim temptation go just come. May God guide our movement. Amen. Amen to that prayer. Moving on to another one. King Izu also commented, "You don't know the health condition of someone you are molesting. Some people's BP is already 180. Just a push and it's all over. Be nice and show love in all things." Another one, cross_val_anago. "What is this country turning into? No value for life at all. It's a shame how we have gotten to this level. If it's not SARS, then it's police, and now even touts also have joined them. Who did we offend in this country? Where did we go wrong?" And you see this person tagging a couple of important persons that he hopes will do something about the situation. And finally, one more comment. Mitch43L, "I have never seen where a police force will be working with Agbero called tax force. Just go to Berger and see how these touts behave to drivers, and police are all over watching." Very, very sad. Well, we hope, that's why we're reporting here. We hope that, something will be done about it. Of course, the new IGF police has already promised a new police, so we're waiting and hoping for that reform. All right, now crossing over to the foreign scene. Now, during the course of the week, we did see something very historical happen in Africa. I'm talking about Sudan. After, several months of anti-government protests, the president, Omar al-Bashir, has stepped down. Now, while this is also good news, someone else became the star of the show. And that's why we're hearing for a democratic Sudan. Now, this young lady has surprised everyone, and I think virtually the whole world has fallen in love with her. Now, we did see a post on She Leads Africa, a page that is championed towards, encouraging women and spotlighting great women in Africa so that they're able to encourage young women. They made a post about this young lady, Ala Salah. Let's take a look at that post. At She Leads Africa posted, 22-year-old engineering and architecture student Ala Salah has become a worldwide sensation after photos and videos of her standing on car rooftops leading protests in Khartoum, Sudan, surfaced on the internet. In recent months, protests have swept through Sudan's capital, Khartoum, starting with complaints about the cost of living and food. The people of Sudan are now calling for President Omar Hassan al-Bashir, who has been in power since 1989, to step down. Salah was at the forefront leading the protest outside the presidential compound and army headquarters, was pictured dressed in an outfit traditionally worn by professional Sudanese women in the workforce, gold moon earrings with black lines painted on her right cheek, as she led chants late into the night criticizing the government for killing people in the name of religion. As she sang, people chanted Taurah, revolution, after her. People have dubbed her the Sudanese Statue of Liberty, while others are signifying that this image of revolution will go down in history books. So proud, even just reading that. Let's take a look at the video. Let's take some. Now, of course, after this happened, and we've seen that the president, Omar, has stepped down. Now, a lot of people from across the world have taken to social media, Twitter, Instagram, to celebrate the young lady and sending their love. Let's take some of those comments. "These are the kind of women we want in our generation. Thumbs up at Ala Salah." Moving on. At Twitter_Wala. "I am an Indian and I do not even know your language, but I salute your zeal and courage. Your song has become the strength of your fight. God give you success." Okay, we'll take more reactions. At Zagwe Dynasty, "You are so brave, Nubian sister. I can watch your chanting all day. So magical. Prayers for the struggle in Sudan. Please be safe. Much love from Ethiopia." At DJL Classic, "There at Ala Salah. I'm so thrilled by your courageous spirit in setting the pace that truly a woman can form a revolutionary force against any form of tyranny. I'm sending you love and hugs. All hail the heroine of our time." This is just really, really beautiful to see and to watch. Now, of course, because of the steadfastness of the people of Sudan, President Omar al-Bashir has stepped down. And of course, there was a military coup and there was a takeover. So after this happened, let me not go faster than my shadows. After this happened, she took to her official Twitter page to, address her fans, her followers, and people who are also fighting their battles. We are waiting for a statement by the army. We will only accept a transitional civilian government composed of the forces of the Declaration of Freedom and Change. No other plan will be acceptable. Now, of course, she made this comment after, there was the military took over, and it was said that General Awad Ibn Auf would take over. Now, of course, just yesterday, because the people did not give up, they did not just go home. They were like, you know what, we want a civilian body to be set up so that we know we're safe, and what we've been fighting for has been fruitful. So he has also stepped down, and hopefully, good things will happen in Sudan. But this story is inspiring everyone across the world, and of course in Africa, where we have, a chain of our leaders spending more than 10, 30 years in office. So this is great news for our democracy as a continent, as a world, and of course we're happy for Sudan. All right, well, that is the end of our social media trends for you, but I will not leave you without the video of the week. Now, everyone growing up in a normal Nigerian home have experienced one thing or the other with their African mother. So this one, I know you can relate to. But don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can tag us, and of course, if you want to reach me, it's Ina_Peters on Instagram, and on Twitter, it's _InaPeters. Thank you, and I'll leave you with this video of the week.
You do not remember to wake up and go to school. See you miss school bus. I had to come and wake you up to go to school. You were asleep. No, you are doing yourself. You think you are doing me? You are doing yourself. I had to come and wake you up. Look at the way you look. No tie, your bed, you look like water. No, you are ordinary small father. You are not looking like a boy. Because I was rushing. That's why. Just come back from school first. You are doing yourself. You understand? Rubbish. What? What are you looking for, John? Are you okay? You answer me. What are you looking for? My school bag. Did you carry food? Yes, I carried the food. You carry food and